Hey yo, guys, time for me to, give you my thoughts on the WWE draft and how I would do it and which guys I would move from which brand to which other brand. Obviously, because the draft is tonight, I decided before we even get the show underway, I'm going to give you my predictions. So, let's just start with the big show of them all, Raw. The first guy I'm going to move over, he's a big name in the company, so he's going to go to Raw because he needs a new fresh start, and that's Batista. I think Batista needs to go to Raw from SmackDown because, one, he's just done it all on SmackDown. He's feuded with everyone. There's nothing new for him to do, and Raw is kind of a fresh start. I mean, yeah, he's feuded with Triple H before, but still, it's something fresh and exciting. He can actually have a full-length feud with Jericho, which I think would be good because, the match they had a couple weeks ago on Raw was just fantastic. He can have a feud with even Lance Cade, have Lance Cade be the guy to help soften up Batista and show maybe that, I don't think Batista's the right guy to maybe have Lance Cade go to work with, but, maybe Lance Cade will have to work his ass off to make Batista look good and show that he's a vital guy to the company, so it could be a win-win there, and, you can feud him with one of the picks I'll just tell you now, John Morrison, because I thought they had a pretty good match on SmackDown in the tournament for the new title, and even though that was a ruse, but still, that was a good little thing there. Another guy I would bring over would be Finlay, because, Finlay, him and Hornswoggle, it's just for the kids mainly, and you can, feud Finlay with a William Regal, they can do that again, because that'll be fun once Regal comes back, and, Finlay can just be that vital presence to the locker room that, won't be a bullshit or anything like that, and he can give guidance to younger guys. I would bring one of the second most over tag teams over, Jesse and Festus, because I think Jesse and Festus need to go over there because I think they're getting those big reactions. People will tune into Raw just to see them, and I think you can feud them with Ted DiBiase Jr. and his partner, who I think should be D.H. Smith. I think that would be a nice little dynamic there, and, eventually I'll just tell you straight up that with the tag titles that night of Champions, having a unification match. I would have a unification match. I'd have all the tag titles just be one, and the tag champions have to go to each show to defend them. Yeah, it's a bit harder than the bodies for those guys, but I would have maybe a tag program once in a bit, not all the time, not on every pay-per-view, but still I think that would be interesting. Then this is something that I think needs to kind of happen. I'd have all the divas that can work go on Raw. I mean, we already have 3 Raw that can work in Mickie James, Beth Phoenix, and Melina, but now we're going to bring over the likes of Natalya, Michelle McCool, Victoria, and am I missing anyone else? No, I'm not really missing anyone else. I mean, if you have those over there, I mean, it just adds this whole new element that you don't have to do this diva shit, and you can actually make the Raw brand wrestle. I mean, they do some entertainment stuff. You have, Santina be the entertaining guy. You have Jericho's talk show, but now you don't have to rely on the divas to be this thing. They can deliver in the ring and set up a good feud where I would have Natalya, and Beth Phoenix and Victoria, form a triad. Natalya helps get Beth Phoenix the title. Mickie James and her have a feud, and through the lines you have Michelle McCool and Victoria have a bit of a feud match, a couple matches there. Just stuff like that. I think that would work out a lot. And eventually down the line you can have Victoria kind of get upset and she gets withdrawn. Her and Beth Phoenix have a match, which would be awesome. And, from there on, eventually down the line, Natalya gets the gold. But still, I think that would be a key, crucial thing there. For ECW, I gotta take an interesting route. I take anyone who is a cruiserweight, and you're going to ECW. That is Funaki, that is Gregory Helms, that's Kenny Dykstra, that's Jaime Noble, that is Jimmy Wang, that's Nunzio, that's Shannon Moore, that's anyone who is of that nature. ECW, in the past few weeks, has been highlighted by those type wrestlers and that matchups between Evan Bourne and Shelton Benjamin, Kofi Kingston, Evan Bourne versus Shelton Benjamin and Mike Knotts, and last week with Evan Bourne and Matt Striker. So I would have a tournament like that where I would definitely make Evan Bourne get in the finals. On the way there, he faces his friend, Kofi Kingston. Gets the win, goes there, he's in the finals. I put him up there on someone like Kenny Dykstra or even Elijah Burke because I think they could definitely use there, or even a Shelton Benjamin. I'd have Bourne win with the shooting star, and then out of nowhere comes Gregory Helms, makes his return saying that he was the best, longest rated cruiserweight champion of all time in WWE, obviously. They have a feud, and those matches would be awesome. And it gives something because ECW is a show that they have, and they really don't put that much on it, and don't put emphasis on the cruiserweight guys. But if your whole roster is based on guys you don't care of, you actually kind of got to push towards it. Yeah, I'm bringing a title back, but still I'm getting rid of a set of tag titles, and I'm getting rid of a women's title. So, we're doing pretty good there. I've kind of eliminated some titles. I'm also bringing Mark Henry over, just because, no one cares about Mark Henry, and I think this gives him something to do. Go feud with Kane and Big Show on ECW and stuff that we really won't. That's all I would see happening. And then maybe you can even get the new Nation of Domination happening there, and Burke and Henry and, hell, even Kofi. And Sheldon, that would be pretty interesting. And bring Snitsky over to tag him up with Knox. SmackDown will be the most interesting one here, because, I'm going to bring all the divas who can't work over to SmackDown just because, those things take away. And, not a lot of people care to tune into SmackDown. Let's just face it, they don't. So if it's on there, I mean, if you catch it, you catch it, but, it won't be the focal point of the show, because, I'm also going to bring some guys in there, or it won't hurt the show, because, you'll be like, oh, well, what else can these divas do? They're not going to put them in a match and make it like a joke, so let's just, show some TNA and stuff like that. So then, let's go to the talent that I bring in. Yeah, of course, back to the divas that I bring in. I bring in Ashley, Lena Yada, Layla, and you got Eva Torres over there. Then I would bring in Carlito. Carlito will be big for the Latino market there, which, was always big on the SmackDown guys, because I think they mostly get those channels. But still, Carlito, and you can feud Carlito with, like, one of the guys I'm going to bring over now, let's straight up tell you, CM Punk. Or, you can have Carlito-Matt Hardy feud, etc. there, right? I mean, you can, and Carlito could even turn babyface, and you could MVP. I just think you can do a lot there with Carlito. I think there's more of a chance for Carlito on SmackDown than on Raw, where he's obviously been lost in the shuffle. I bring Punk in, like I said. I think you can do Carlito Punk for a bit. That'll get kind of be a 1 month feud tops. I think 1 month to 2 months. And then, I go straight up into my one other pick would be Umaga. Have Punk and Umaga, because I think they would have these great matches, and then 1 week Punk will beat Umaga, and it looks like Punk will beat him again the next week on SmackDown. He goes for the knee, and then before he actually goes for the knee, we bring Alpha Jr. in. We set up another tag team in Umaga and Alpha Jr. The new Wild Samoans. It'll be great. I mean, now we actually have a bit of tag teams that kind of look intimidating, and Mike Knox and Snitsky and Umaga and Alpha Jr. I'll bring Cryme Tyme actually over to SmackDown, just because they could feud them with that. With Umaga and Alpha Jr. It would just be some interesting stuff there, and I think, Cryme Tyme could get over there just because I think it'd be a little more of a focal point on SmackDown than Raw, because they would be the hottest team, and, then they could beat up the Edgeheads and stuff like that. I'd bring Matt Striker over as well. I'd make Matt Striker a mouthpiece for Vladimir Kozlov, just because Kozlov, no one cares about him, and Matt Striker, he can do a lot of stuff there, and I would feud him with one guy that I bring over as well, and Trevor Murdoch. Or, yeah, Trevor Murdoch would be the main feud there, and stuff like that. But with Punk, you can also feud him with Matt Hardy after maybe a heel turn, or add tag matches with Umaga and Alpha Jr. You got Punk and Hardy, they feud. Punk turns heel in one match, and out of nowhere, and then, you get set up the match there. I bring in now my big picks here that are coming over from Raw to SmackDown would be John Cena, because John Cena, I don't know, he's just been the focal point of Raw. I think Raw could use a new focal point, maybe Batista, just because of that. That's why I'd bring Batista over there. Cena, I'd have him in a feud with MVP, just because, it'll be big time for MVP, and, Cena, he comes out during MVP's talk show little thing there, and MVP would be bragging about how he's the greatest U.S. champ and stuff like that, and then Cena says that he made that title what it is in WWE. Just they get on that feud there, and that can last a couple months there, and that would be just pretty good matches there, and make both guys look strong. And the other guy I would bring over would be Shawn Michaels. I have Shawn Michaels lose he may get drafted, but he may not. I make him lose a loser leave town match. I would say Great American Bash. I don't know. On Raw, maybe not this one, but still, I'd make Shawn Michaels come over, losing to Jericho. Him and Mysterio can team up with some matches against, Edge and, even MVP or something like that. I don't know. I mean, Chavo, yeah, it would be interesting, because Michaels and Ray versus Edge and Chavo will be interesting. And then you obviously do a Shawn Michaels Edge feud, as I just have stated. Team up with Ray, and, maybe have some matches there, just respect matches. You can even do Michaels but Cena again if you wanted to. I wouldn't do it personally, but I think the main thing there would be to have a Shawn Michaels Undertaker feud once Taker comes back. because who gets wrong with her? But anyways, that's it for me. Those are my thoughts on it. Anyways, leave some comments. Anyways, that's out for me. Peace.